If you are a new reader and you want to start a reading habit, starting with classics like Think and Grow Rich or Pride and Prejudice is not such a good idea. In this video, I'm going to share with you all 7 books which are very interesting, super engaging, and very hard to put down. So I think these will be a great entry point into your reading world, and I think after reading these, you might want to read more books, and one book will lead to another, and yeah, that's how it will go. So let's see. First one on my list is Bad Blood. Now this is not a fiction book. It is very thrilling to read. It reads like a roller coaster ride, but this is not a fiction. All these things that have been said in this book actually happened, and you can also Google these things. And I was so amazed after reading this book. This book is about Theranos, which was founded by Elizabeth. Its drastic rise and even more drastic fall. So when she started her company, there's this saying in the Silicon Valley, fake it till you make it. That works well for software companies because they don't have any significant ramifications if things don't work. But her company was a biotech company, so that there were direct ramifications on the lives of people, and she ignored all those things. She did not have the technology, and still she grew her company to become a $1 billion company without having any technology or anything. And when I got to know about this, I didn't believe it. I was like, what is this? It cannot be me. So many people have invested in the company. There are so many high profile people on the board. How could they not know? But yeah, that happened, and you will read all that in this book, and it will just blow your mind away. I read this book long time ago, but it has stayed among my favorite because the thrill that I got from reading this, the knowledge that I got from reading this book, and the thing that you'll get to know how much people lie, how much people fake to make their companies work, and to what length they go to make all these things work. It will amaze you, it will surprise you, it will terrify you, and one thing is for sure, that you won't stop reading this book. It's not easy to put down, and you won't put it down. So yeah, a must read. Next one up is The Silent Patient. Now if you ask me which is my favorite thriller of all time, this will be it. In fact, this was the first thriller that I read in college, and it was amazing. The twist, the plot, it's mind-blowing. I did not see that coming. I have recommended this book to almost everyone, all my friends, all my family, and they have all equally loved it. Some of my friends didn't used to read much before, but after reading this book, they were like, oh, they are so thrilled, suggest us more, and they read many more thrillers. But this stayed their favorite because this is the best. Yes, and it is by a first-time writer, but he has written it so well, and the way he has managed the plot and the twist, oh my god, this is the best book in thrillers, the best. So pick it up without any doubt if you want to read those thrilling books, suspense books, major twist, all those kind of books. Read this. Awesome, my favorite till date, and I think it is going to stay that way. So yeah, a must read. Next on my list is The Girl on the Train. If you ask me which thriller I like after The Silent Patient, or which one is comparable to The Silent Patient, then this will be it. This one is also very amazing, very thrilling book. You won't know who murdered till the end. You won't be able to guess it. Full of twists and turns, exactly like The Silent Patient, and a super thrilling book. There are 2 movies based on this book, one Hollywood and one in Bollywood, which has been recently released, starring Pariniti Chopra. I did not watch the movie, but I watched the trailer, and it was nothing like the book. They have just been inspired by the book, but they have changed the plot and everything. And anyway, movies are never comparable to the book. So read this book, pick this up. It is going to be amazing. You are going to be thrilled. Trust me on that. Read this book. Next one up is Mindf. If you want to know what all went behind the Trump's election as the President of United States, the involvement of Russia, the involvement of hackers, and how they used the data, how they manipulated the data, Facebook controversy, all these things, and if you want to know all these controversies going around the data and how companies, social media companies, big companies like Facebook are misusing that data, then this is the book for you. It is going to blow your mind away. If you read it, it's going to be scary, it's going to be horrifying, and at the same time you will be inspired by the courage of Christopher, who was the whistleblower who brought this whole thing into light. I honestly do not understand how he did that, and how did he get the courage to fight United States, Britain, Russia all at the same time. How can someone be so courageous? I mean, hats off to him. He brought the whole thing into light, and he has written this book narrating his entire experience and what all went behind these things. It is chilling to read. You will get goosebumps while reading it, but at the same time, this is one book which you should definitely read, because as we are moving forward, data is going to be an essential part of our life, and you should be aware of how companies can misuse it, how they are already misusing it, and you should be more aware as a citizen. So yes, this book is a must read. This not just a must read, this book is an essential read. Definitely read it, become aware of everything, and make a conscious decision. Next one on my list is And Then There Were None. If you'll Google murder thrillers, suspense book, I am sure you will find her and her books in the list. She is the OG, she is the master of this genre. In this book, all the characters get an invitation to come to a secluded island, and one by one, all of them start getting killed, and in a very mysterious way, in a very special way. It's not like a normal murder. The murderer, he is an artist, so the way he murders them and the way he plays it out, it's all about his art. So they are all living in the island. One by one, people are getting killed, and the murderer is within them. And how do they find out? How do they live with? And can they save themselves? God, this was one thrilling book, and I'm sure if you read it, you'll enjoy it. Next one up is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This is also a very thrilling book, but the plot is very complicated, so it might take some time to start enjoying the book. I mean, starting 50 pages around goes in just explaining the plot, because there is a big family and a lot of characters which are involved in this, but after that you won't be able to stop. A classic thriller, a person has been hired as a detective to uncover a mystery, and he has to do that. How he will do that, how he will find out the truth, and what all things he will uncover while finding out the truth. So this is going to be a very interesting book, and you are going to uncover a lot more than you did not expect from this book. So yeah, definitely a very thrilling book, and it is also a 3-part series. So if you like this one, you can also read the other 2 books, and it is going to be a very fun ride. Next one is Murder on the Orient Express. This is another book in my list by Agatha Christie. This is also a classic murder mystery. There are people on the train. No one has gotten out. No one has came in, and a person has been murdered. Each and every person on the train alive has a solid alibi. There's also a detective on the train who's been hired to solve this mystery. And yeah, what more can you ask for? They are all interviewed, and detective is piecing together all the things, and he is so smart. He's seeing through things, and when he explains that, okay, this can be this, and I'm like, I read all those things also. Why did not I think of these things? But yeah, he's a detective, so he knows. There are puzzles sometimes where people tell about 5 people who are in the room, and one of them is a murderer, and then you tell he was doing this, he was doing this, he was doing this, and then you have to figure out who is lying. So it is kind of like that. The only difference is there are many more people, and each one of them have a perfect story which can save them. Now the detective has to see which one is lying and which one is telling the truth, and who has murdered this man. So yeah, a very thrilling book, and I'm sure whoever is going to read this one is going to have a great time. So this was my list of thrilling books, both non-fiction and fiction. Hope you liked it. I would love to read more such books. I'm always in for reading thriller books, because because they are so interesting and engaging and so hard to put down, so they get complete in 1 day or two, no matter how thick they are. So yeah, I love doing that, so I can mark another book of my list and I'm like, I have read these many books. I'm very happy that way. So yes, I would love to read more such books. If you have any recommendation for me, genre doesn't matter, means they should be thrilling, super interesting, super engaging, but non-fiction, fiction or any other kind, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I would love to know which book you find the most thrilling, and I would love to have your recommendations so I can buy more books. Thank you so much for watching this video.